Right. Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you? Happy Wednesday. I love Wednesdays, my favorite day. It's a coaching day. So, big welcome to you if you're joining me live and the new tech is working. That is amazing. Let me just get this ready. I have to have several screens going to do this. Okay, awesome. Hello. We're talking about cancer proofing your home. Oh, what dangers are lurking in your home cleaning products? This is Real Talk, a monthly series that I do each month. So, are you interested in learning what to look out for in your cleaning products, how to cancer proof your home? I get it. This is a topic I'm asked about a lot and I've got some answers for you. Okay. Last month, we talked about cancer proofing your home and we talked about personal care products. So I'm continuing on with the theme, and we're going to talk about cleaning products. And if you want to live an anti cancer lifestyle, you got to take a look at these things. Not where I'd start, right? Not where I'd start, but for those of you that are further down the road and you've made a lot of the other major changes, then this is a good source of information for you, hopefully. So I get it. It's tough to know where to start with all this stuff, what information to trust. It's overwhelming and frustrating. I've got you. So, welcome to another episode of Real Talk. The goal here is to take all of that overwhelming information, judge it. I want the science. I'm an ex-litigation lawyer, so I want the science. I want the facts. I want the evidence, right? So the whole goal of these Real Talk episodes is to give you quick, actionable information or things to think about that will move you forward so you can live your best life after cancer. So I'm so glad that you can join me, whether it's here live or on the replay. I'd love it if you let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I can see the comments live. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to help. So tonight we're talking about cancer proofing your home, specifically cleaning products. So stick around as I run through what you need to know, including why you should care about what's in your cleaning products and how to make better choices. This topic is relevant to all of you, no matter where you are in your cancer journey, in treatment, just finished, long done. For those of you that I haven't met yet, hello, I am Melissa Merchant. I'm an ex-litigation lawyer turned certified holistic and integrative cancer coach. I'm a cancer survivor myself. I had neuroendocrine cancer just over 7 years ago. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm the host of this group, and I am the creator of my cancer support, recovery, and prevention program, the Get Your Fight Back Method, and the brand new Thriving Through Treatment. And my mission is to help you wherever you are in your cancer journey. I can help make your treatment more comfortable, more effective. I can help you recover, rebuild, and transform your lifestyle to help make sure you don't go through this again. And I am, as a person, straight up and straightforward. And that's the goal here. So, what's the problem? Well, we don't get a lot of information about what to do in our lifestyle. It can make a huge impact. We get a cancer treatment plan, but rarely do we get advice about what to do at home to support ourselves. And this is what I do. I'm trying to fill that gap. Anti-cancer lifestyle protocols are the missing piece. I do the other half of cancer treatment and follow-up care. I can give you the plan and the support, and I offer free calls to help you do it. You can learn all about that. Let's get to the good stuff. So today we're talking about environmental stress, and this is a huge topic. So I've broken it down into two sections: personal care products, which we talked about last month. You can find those replays under the guides tab, along with tons of other free resources in the group on the homepage. And we're going to talk about the second half of environmental stress, cleaning products. Okay. So this session is all about the stress put on our body by cleaning products commonly found in our home and what you can do about it. So we all know stress isn't good. Stress isn't good. It impacts you physically. We think of it as emotional, but actually there's physical impact directly as well. It weakens the immune system. Not good. Okay. It causes inflammation, one of the root causes of creating an environment that cancer loves. It wreaks havoc with your hormones. If you have a hormone positive cancer, you don't want to be messing with your hormones. You want them nice and balanced. And even if you don't have a hormone positive cancer, you're going to be going through perimenopause and menopause. You don't want to mess with that. It can cause it's a major cause of fatigue, environmental stress. And I don't know if you know this, but it's actually a major contributor to depression and anxiety. Okay, so it's important to understand that actually there's different kinds of stress, and most people think of emotional stress, how how you respond to life situations and you feel it emotionally. But even with regard to emotional stress, it's important to understand that there's a difference between the stress that we feel internally, like our reaction, and the things that actually cause us stress. The things that cause us stress, those are the stressors. And sometimes we can't do a lot about those, especially in regards to emotional stress, partners, kids, finances, all those things. We should always try, but we can do a lot to change how we react to those stressors. But we're talking about environmental stress, and this is a prime example where actually you can do a lot to reduce the environmental stressors, to reduce the toxic load. So what is environmental stress? Well, environmental stress are stressors that are outside your personal life. They're in the world, the wide world infrastructure. And the reaction isn't an emotional one. You may not even be aware of the environmental stress that you're under, but please know the physical impact is very, very real. So some examples of environmental stress include things like exposure to pollution, chemicals, electromagnetic radiation, to just name a few. And all of these things over time with cumulative exposure increase the toxic load in your body. Your body has to deal with that, right? Your body has to eliminate that toxic load if possible, which puts a huge strain on your organs, your cells, and your tissues. And two of the biggest contributors to the environmental stress that you're under may actually be in your own home. Personal care products, we talked about that in our last session, and home cleaning products, which we're talking about today. So I want you to think about something. There's a study to think about. In 2010, a large study began on women who worked in the cleaning industry who happened to be pregnant. I'm sure you can see where this is going. It was found that these women had a significantly higher risk of delivering babies with birth defects. And the study is actually still going, and it doesn't make for pleasant reading, because now they're looking at the health prospects of these children over time. The use of cleaning products often means that we're exposing our skin and our lungs to many, many chemicals, and not enough thought is given sometimes to what that means for our health. I think it's increasingly obvious that inhaling or absorbing many of the chemicals used in cleaning products over time has an impact. But, why do we care? Well, what you put on your body and what you inhale affects you physically. It ends up in your bloodstream, and what you inhale has direct access to vulnerable organs like your lungs. Make sure you're happy about that. And we care about the toxic levels of cleaning products because our exposure to synthetic chemicals has gone up by over 8,000% in the last 20 years. Last 20 years. I do want to be really clear about something, though. There is no study, not a one, that categorically states that there's a definitive link between cancer and any particular cleaning product containing a particular chemical, even if we know that that chemical is known to cause cancer, because it's just too difficult to prove. But these are carcinogens nonetheless. And my question is, okay, so a one-off exposure might not create a health problem, but what about the cumulative effect of exposure. If our exposure to these chemicals has gone, or to chemicals generally, has gone up over 8,000% in the last 20 years, we just don't have enough information yet. So my view is, let's just try to be as careful as we can, because no one knows yet for sure. What we do know is that just like many of your personal care products, many of the chemicals contained in cleaning products and around our home contain known carcinogens, okay, where the chemical itself is linked to cancer, and endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors are things that disrupt your hormone balance. And the thing to understand about hormones is they are the boss. They run the show in your body, okay? Endocrine disruptors are a problem. They interfere with the way that your body hormones work. Some endocrine disruptors act like hormone mimics, right? They trick your body into thinking that they are hormones, while other endocrine disruptors block natural hormones from doing their job. Other endocrine disruptors can actually increase or decrease the levels of hormones in your blood by affecting how they're made, broken down, or stored in your body. Endocrine disruptors could also change how sensitive your body is to different hormones. Scary, scary stuff, right? Endocrine disruptors can disrupt tons of different hormones in your body. And by the way, you have loads more than most of us are aware of, which is why they've been linked to so many adverse health outcomes, like altering sperm quality in men and fertility, abnormalities in sex organs, endometriosis, early puberty, altered nervous system function, immune function, certain cancers, respiratory problems, metabolic issues, diabetes, obesity. The list is endless. So there's no doubt, no scientist disagrees with this. There's no doubt that these chemicals wreak havoc on your body, but they're in our cleaning products. They cause hormone imbalances, inflammation, they disrupt your gut health and immune system. And those are the exact things that you need to care about if you've had a cancer diagnosis. So several researchers, scarily, have also noted that the effects of some endocrine disrupting chemicals can even carry from one generation to the next, because our body stores them. So our choices affect our children, just like our parents' choices have affected us, right? Now, in our last Real Talk episode, I talked about environmental stress and personal care products, and I talked about fragrance. So all the arguments that I made about fragrance, same goes for cleaning products. So one of the first things you need to avoid in cleaning products, fragrance, okay? For those of you who didn't attend the last session or haven't had a chance to watch the replay yet, I want you to be aware of the fragrance loophole. So fragrance, or parfum, as you might see it on the product's ingredient list, could mean, well, anything, right? This is typically where phthalates and parabens in personal care products are hidden from consumers, because the law doesn't require manufacturers to disclose the ingredients to consumers if they're labeled as part of the fragrance. It's kind of the secret sauce. So I understand it from a company's point of view. They don't want copycats. They don't want to put their recipe on the label. But this loophole allows dozens, sometimes even hundreds of chemicals to hide under the word fragrance on the labels of products that we use regularly. And there's no regulatory oversight of the safety of those ingredients. Really, really scary. So there was an organization called the Breast Cancer Prevention Partners, and they did a study in 2010 where they looked at 17 products that contained fragrances and found that they contained an average of 4 hormone disrupting ingredients each, including synthetic musks, diethyl phthalate, chemicals associated with gynecological abnormalities, unusual reproductive development, and sperm damage in adult men. I don't think we want those, right? So this fragrance loophole is a gap in legislation that allows companies to simply list fragrance on the ingredients label. They can hide whatever they want in there. And you are not allowed to know what is in these products because it's proprietary information, a trade secret. It's a trade secret. Well, as a consumer, I want the right to know. So avoid. Also, yeah, avoid anything with the word fragrance or parfum on the label. But there's also a labeling issue around fragrance as well. If a product is labeled fragrance free, great. That's what you want. It means there's no fragrance materials or masking agents. And if a label includes that, that is regulated. It is checked. But I don't know if you knew this. If a product is labeled unscented, do not buy it. It simply means that the product likely contains chemicals that neutralize or mask the odors of other ingredients. So it still has the stuff you don't want in it. It's a minefield out there. It's a minefield. So what can we do about it? Well, like with my personal care products that I talked about in our last session, my first step when I was doing this was to take a look at all of the products in my house and figure out what small changes can I make that will make the biggest difference. I wasn't willing to throw everything out all at once and just start over. It's expensive, and a lot of the cleaner alternatives are expensive. So I looked at what products I used most frequently and decided to replace those because reducing those would have the biggest reduction, the biggest impact on my toxic load. So in my case, and I highly suggest that this is where you start if you want to do this, I changed out my kitchen surface cleanser, my glass cleaner, Tupperware, plastic wraps. I stopped using dryer sheets and toxic synthetic air fresheners. Those were the big ones because those were the ones that I used regularly. Things like oven cleaner. I don't know if this is gross or not, but I don't clean my oven that often, maybe once every 3-4 months, if that. So I didn't start there. And you know what? You can use ingredients that you probably already have in your home to do the same job as many of these toxic chemical cleaners at a fraction of the cost. And it's not a huge deal. It doesn't take long. So getting rid of these products using cost-effective alternatives safe alternatives will reduce the environmental stress, the toxic load on your body. So let's take a look at some of these big offenders and what I would suggest you replace them with. Plastic. Got to start with plastic. Plastic is everywhere. You have to reduce your exposure to it. It's better for your health, okay? It's better for your cancer risk, and it's certainly better for the environment. So win, win, win. We want to avoid BPAs is what we want to avoid. They are known endocrine disruptors. They are also what are called forever chemicals, meaning that once they're in our body, they're in our body. Now, plastic is everywhere, right? So it may be impossible to eliminate it all, but there are definitely things that we can do. So over time, replace your kitchen storage containers with glass ones. Ditch the plastic Tupperware. If this proves to be expensive, do it gradually. In the meantime, ensure that all containers are labeled as BPA free. Top tip, you can get stacks of glass containers with plastic lids, which is fine, from IKEA, for example. And most of you will be from countries where IKEA is around. I'm in Canada. I think I paid $20, 20 Canadian dollars for like a stack of like 8 containers. The other top tip when it comes to the plastic containers, the plastic lids, or if you are still using plastic containers, is wash them on the top shelf of your dishwasher where it's less hot. Don't use plastic in the microwave, or better yet, don't use a microwave, because we want to avoid heating the plastic. It's heat that causes the chemical to leach out of the plastic. Please note, this is true even if the plastic is labeled microwave safe and BPA free, okay? Use stainless steel water bottles without plastic liners if possible. Don't drink water in plastic. Don't do what I see so many people do. And, you know, as the weather gets warmer, they have the water in the car and avoid that. Instead of Ziploc bags, try the reusable silicone food bags. They're plastic free. They may be a little more money up front, but over time they'll save you money. You can also try bio bags, which are made from plants and are compostable. I use the silicone bags. I love them because I batch cook quite a lot, and I love it because I just put them straight in the freezer, and then I just take the silicone bag and pop it in a thing of boiling water to heat up soups and leftovers. Like zero mess. It's amazing. Instead of kitchen wrap, like saran wrap, as we call it, or cling film in the UK, I use beeswax reusable wrap. Amazing stuff. Or I store the item in glass containers, and my personal favorite, mason jars. Mason jars are awesome. I make jar salads for the week in mason jars, and it stays fresh, beautiful, and it's totally safe. Also, instead of plastic straws, you can readily get cardboard, stainless steel, or even silicone ones now. So all of those tips with regard to plastic will not only help your health, but also the environment and your wallet. Love it, right? So the next set of products I want to talk about are air fresheners. Ditch them. Big, 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 big mistake, right? Instead of masking nasty odors with toxic chemicals, your body will thank you for using natural, safe alternatives. And it's so easy. It's so easy. Skip the plug-in fresheners that waste electricity. Choose biodegradable, non-aerosol fresheners. Don't rely on the air fresheners natural label. Read the ingredients on the back. Make sure they're all 100% natural. Most organic, all natural air fresheners are made with various mixtures of essential oils, which I love. That's what my go-to. And you can create your own customized, all natural air freshener. It's easy, it's inexpensive. You just need a spray water bottle. You can get those in gardening supply stores or even like the dollar stores these days. Find an essential oil get the good quality ones carried by the health food stores. You want the pure essential oils. Find your favorite scents, and you mix a few drops of the essential oil in the spray bottle with water and just spritz it around your house. Popular essential oils for the home, I use a combination of like orange, blue spruce, lemon, lavender. I even change it up according to the season. Another top tip is, I also have a diffuser, which I love. I use essential oils in a diffuser. It makes the house smell great. Top tip, if you have dogs, just be careful that your dogs can't get at it. There are some essential oils that are toxic to dogs. Diffuse, they're probably not going to have a problem, but if they're in the room long term and you have it going all the time, they might do. So always check that. But I love that. Another favorite, and this is a favorite of real estate agents trying to sell houses too, cook something fragrant. I love the way my house smells after I cook something like a Moroccan tagine or after baking, right? Also, quite often what I'll do in the winter months is I'll take cinnamon sticks, maybe some cloves, maybe some orange or lemon, and I'll just simmer that on low on the stove. The smell, divine, like divine. So also take a look at the traditional cleaning products as well. I went through some of those. A top tip is to use rating apps like EWG. .org is the website. You can even look at products in your home and it'll get a rating. You can choose better ones. They can make recommendations. Another great app is Yuka, Yuka. My kids love Yuka because we literally go around the grocery store scanning labels and it gives all the recommendations. That can be really, really helpful. Another set of tips I wanted to give you are about dryer sheets. A lot of people use dryer sheets to keep laundered fabric soft and fresh and to reduce static cling. They are among the worst offenders in terms of toxic chemicals, but there's alternatives that work just as well, and they're super cheap. For example, take a washcloth and, put apple cider vinegar on it, dampen it with apple cider vinegar, and throw it in with your laundry. No, your clothes will not smell like a salad, I promise you, but the vinegar prevents static cling and really makes your clothes soft. Use baking soda during the wash cycle. Your clothes will be, it like turbocharges detergent. It's amazing. It's cheap, it's easy. It makes the clothes super, super, super soft, super soft. Now, in the dryer itself, you can, instead of buying dryer sheets, buy reusable dryer balls. You can see them in most grocery stores now. They're amazing. And my last tip when it comes to alternatives to dryer sheets to reduce a static cling, did you know that you can crumple a strip of aluminum foil, good size one, like a baseball size, like about like that, toss it in with your dryer, gets rid of the static, and you can reuse it again and again and again. Use the essential oils like I was talking about as well. Make your own dryer sheet. So instead of throwing a washcloth with vinegar in the washing machine, grab some cotton cloths, maybe muslin or burping cloths work really well for this. Add a little vinegar and a few drops of essential oil, homemade dryer sheets. Amazing. It's amazing. Saves you so, so, so much money, so much money. Anyway, those are my top tips. We want to reduce environmental stress. It is a big deal. And unfortunately, we don't know yet just how big a deal it is, but we have enough information that it's not going to be good. Okay, so minimize your exposure, reduce the work that your body has to do. If you're in treatment, your body's very busy, very busy. If you're post-treatment, we want to get rid of all of those chemicals. We don't want to be adding more chemicals if we can. So I hope you have found this talk useful. This is what I do. If you'd like some free, totally free advice on where you should start to develop an anti-cancer lifestyle, which problem you need to solve first, where you need to focus your time, book a free call. We'll work that out. I'll give you some clarity, I'll give you some direction, and I'll give you some free resources. If you're interested in working with me privately and you want to hear about that and have a done plan, then we can talk about it. Otherwise, I'm still really, really pleased, genuinely, to help. And it's totally free. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I will speak to you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.